Previously on the Dosyonkos podcast.
Like, I want to know, who is that? Reiner? Like, who is that? Who is he's attacking in the poster? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that Reiner or is that some other guy?
That definitely can't be Reiner, man.
Also,
he looks soft.
He looks soft. Back like we never left with another episode of the Dosyonkos podcast. It's your captain and your boy, Sammy Vinsmoke, here with my guy, Deion the Unchopper, sipping the wine. What's good, bro?
Our logo is fire. I'm just staring at it. I'm good, boss. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm chilling, bro. You know what it is. Nice Thursday evening. About to record a nice little episode we got. So it's fucking lit.
Gonna be hella juicy, for real, for real.
Yeah, so, on the docket today, classic shit. You know the vibes. Weekly recap, talking about regular shit we've been watching. Probably some Fire Force. Probably some One Piece. What other fucks else we've been fucking watching? Eye Shield. Yeah. Talking about that shit. And then the main meat, it's the week of pilots. We're talking about Jujutsu Kaisen pilot. And then your boy also watched the first episode of Demon Slayer. So we're gonna be talking about that shit because that shit.
Did you watch the first episode of God High School too?
No.
Okay, I'll talk about that.
I don't know if I want to watch it. After you said it's shitty, I don't know if I want to watch it anymore.
It's worth watching the first one because the first one will make you feel hella good, and then the rest of them will be like, you'll be like, huh? Literally, it's the Nani. Like you get to episode 14. You're like, oh, what happened? Like,
fuck.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'll watch that shit soon.
Like I said, I think from a direct content creator standpoint, you would enjoy what they tried to do. Like,
yeah.
Like, I'll give you the full like Deion recap of it. So, weekly recap. One Piece is still popping. And Big Mom. Yeah. See, the issue with One Piece is like sometimes. So just like to reference everything, Big Mom is a Yonko, aka she's one of the 4 emperors, and Kaido's is an emperor. And they keep talking about how Luffy's an emperor, like the 5th emperor. And I just want to state this: like, One Piece is one of the only shows where I ever like watch a character. And I look at them like, yo, there's no way this man is doing anything. Like, I've never felt the kind of despair, like looking at Luffy and just being like, no, like there's no, like, how is this even gonna, like I know he's gonna get saved by plot armor, but I don't know, man. Like, Big Mom she rolled up in the prison. Spoilers, so anyone who hasn't watched this, she rolled up in the prison, and she's just like, everyone's like, I can't stop this woman. And then the dude Queen went transformed, and Mom just like bodied him. So I'm like, if that's what Yonkos are doing, and Luffy's struggling against like regular bodies, like he's not struggling, but he's like kind of struggling. Like, Big Mom put the hands on him and his whole crew, Dolo.
Yeah. Kaido
put the hands on him and his whole crew, Dolo. Luffy has yet to put his hands on anybody, Dolo. Like. If Luffy got jumped by like a couple like generals, like he's getting smashed. Even Shanks, but like Shanks rolled up in a whole war and no one wanted to jump him. So like Luffy rolled up in a war and they aced Ace in front of him, like, yo, like, what are you gonna do about it? You ain't, like, Shanks rolled up and they're like, yo, we're sorry we killed your man. But Luffy rolled up to go, yo, boy, watch what we're about to do. Like, so I'm sorry, I just had to go on that rant for like a second.
It's so crazy because like Luffy is so fucking strong. Like, you think about how strong Luffy actually is. And then just think about the fact that he cannot, at the moment right now in the story, this man cannot one-on-one Big Mom or Kaido. It will not happen. It's fucking crazy. And them calling him the 5th Yonko, I really like, is because it's all about perception. So we as the readers know what Luffy is really like. But in the story, after Morgan's prints this story, he prints it in a way that Luffy wins this encounter. Even though we know he didn't really win, he escaped. But it's written in a way, he's like, he went into Big Mom's territory, he destroyed he infiltrated her wedding, destroyed her castle, came back with his crewmate, and left unharmed. So if you read that in the newspaper, you clearly think, oh yeah, Luffy fucked him up though.
Yeah, because
like he clearly won that shit. But as we know, it didn't really go down that way, that clear cut. Yeah. So saying Luffy's the 5th emperor, I like it because we know he's not 5th emperor. Luffy at max right now is like 1st Yonko commander level. Like he's the same level as a Katakuri. And like the first mate of a Yonko. Like that's where he's at right now. So obviously
he's like
calling him a Yonko is not. I think he's stronger than world level for sure.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, he's like in that weird spot, right?
Yeah, now where so it's like, and you know, like Luffy's always fucking growing. Like he's learning this new hockey, so he's gonna learn some shit, and it's gonna put him into the next tier. But where we're at right now, he can't fuck with Yonkos like fucking Big Mom and Kaido.
Yeah, I think these they're crazy. Like that's what I was lost. I'm like I don't see what he's doing to them because if you watch these new episodes, Kaido one-shots him, and Big Mom got jumped by 5 crews. Like literally, there was Law, there was the Siege Gang. What's the dude's name? The Capone.
Yeah, Capone. Yeah, Capone Bedge.
Capone Bedge got jumped by him. Got jumped by her daughter. Got jumped by the pirates, and she put hands on everybody. Like literally.
Yeah, bro. Just the power gap between everyone else and the Yonko are actually ridiculous.
So that makes me want to know what Shanks is about.
Shanks is in a whole nother like fucking craziness because Shanks stopped Kaido from coming to fucking Marineford. So Shanks is strong enough to just be like, "Hey, Kaido, you're gonna stay home today. You're not gonna go anywhere." And Kaido was like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So what is this?
And then he rose up into a war. I mean, like a literal war, and just runs like this shit is over, and everyone stops. This man walks into the middle of a battlefield in a war and says, "This shit's over," and everyone was like, "Well, we're going home now." Are you fucking kidding? How strong is this man, Shanks?
Yeah, just one time for Shanks.
He's the fucking best. And he's so mysterious. He's in like 30. We're like 9-10 chapters away from chapter 1000, which is another crazy thing. Like it's 10 away from chapter 1000, and Shanks has been in like at max 30 chapters in the story. Ridiculous.
Got the most airtime in the first episode, like
literally.
Yeah,
so ridiculous.
He's One Piece. Yo, he is goated. You heard it here first, yo. The Dosyonkos, both of the Yonkos,
certified gold. Certified gold, bro. Shanks, certified fucking gold.
We're as One Piece aficionados, we can hand that out.
Fact. As a bishop of the One Piece religion, I can hand that shit out.
I love that. That's so sick.
Fuck, dude.
So next on the list was Fire Force. Did you watch any Fire Force?
Yeah, I think I'm 1 episode behind. I watched the episode where Joker and Benny go down into the Nether and they fight the dude and they show Joker's backstory. That was a fucking crazy episode. I know they're gonna show more because the last one I saw last night was at the end he goes to fight Burns. Burns shows up and they're obviously connected because of the eye thing, but we don't know why. So I don't know why. You probably know, but I don't know why yet.
But you saw? Did he fight the guy? And did he fight the guy in his backstory? The one who like?
Yeah, he killed his ass already. Yeah, he smoked.
Okay. Didn't I tell you?
Smoked him.
So this is in our last episode. Did you remember how I told you it gets like really cringy?
Yeah.
But it's like a weird, like it's like. So you know what I'm talking about, right? You know what scene I'm talking about?
Fuck. I think I remember some bitch getting kidnapped or something and then getting groped or something like that.
No.
Is that what I was watching? It was watching another episode.
It was
that Demon Slayer I was watching?
I think that might have been Demon Slayer, but I'm talking about the scene where he beats the shit out the kid and then
he violates.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Go, you need to come to my chambers tonight."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
he's like, whipping him.
I do remember that. I do remember
Yeah,
that.
that was a
Yeah,
cringe
yeah.
thing because he's like, "I'm going to
Yeah.
defile you to the bone," and he's
Yeah,
naked.
yeah,
And I was
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
"Bro,"
yeah, yeah.
I was like,
I
"Oh,
remember that. Fuck, bro. I
Yeah.
erased it from my memory. I erased that from
you
my memory.
needed to." That was honestly, that was like
That's
to
terrible.
me,
That's just
oddly enough,
terrible.
separated Fire Force to like a next level because that got like really, really
That shit's dark.
serious. You know, like
That
it got
shit's
dark.
Dark. Yeah, that's a dark fucking moment.
Like-
And like, but his whole Joker's whole character is like, he's just dark. Like he's just in
Yeah.
darkness. So like that shit happening to him, like it's just fucked.
Then you get like it aids to his character development.
Yeah, and he develops in such a it's such a weird way, but I really like how his character develops because he gets beaten, and instead of like being like he's like the world sucks, so I'm gonna get stronger to figure out why.
Yeah,
And that's just a weird like thought process because normally people will just shut down and be like, I'm just gonna destroy everything, like this shit sucks.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not gonna destroy everything, I'm just gonna get strong so no one can stand in my way, so I can figure out why everything is so bad.
Yeah, he would become like a supervillain at that point.
Is I don't even think he would be a supervillain in the same vein of like Magneto, where Magneto is a villain, but he's kind of doing things that make sense for his people.
Yeah,
Like he's a supervillain for sure, but he's just fighting for mutant rights, but in the total wrong way. Where I think Joker would be the same, where he would try to find the truth no matter what he's doing right now, no matter what the cost. So if he has to murder somebody or he doesn't care.
Yeah, because he's like affected. But that's what, like I was saying, it took it to the next level because, like, up until that point, things were kind of like regular anime, you know, like they had girls with boobs and they're doing like the stick where, you know, I forgot her name. She like her clothes fall off and it's kind of like childish / like fun.
Yeah.
And like, you know, Arthur and Shinra are having their struggles, but there's nothing like I want to say real, you know, like it wasn't like, oh shit, like this is a serious issue that happened, and it got dark and it got like explained, like it was something you derived and you're like, whoa,
you like
this took a
they
turn.
didn't have to say it, but like you know what the fuck is happening, and that shit definitely took a crazy turn, bro.
Yeah, but Benimaru though, right?
Fucking go, bro. To go. When this man woke up after getting poisoned, and he's like, you should kill a wild deer or some shit like that. And he's like, bro, I don't know why it didn't work on me. He's like,
he said that had enough poison, I think, to kill 10 horses.
Some shit like that. He's like, I don't know why it didn't work. And I love how Joker calls him Mr. Almighty or Psycho-san. It's so fucking good. He's like, okay, Psycho-san. Mr. Almighty. It's so good.
Thought you were done there for a second, Mr. Almighty.
Oh, it's so fucking great.
But when he rolls up and just bodies, like, he just blows people up, they're falling, their bodies are falling. I was like, Sam's gonna enjoy this shit.
Crazy, bro. When bro, the best part, he's so savage. When Joker goes, all right, I'm taking this main guy, you take everybody else. He's like, we're not taking 50-50. He's like, well, I guess the challenge, takes his sleeves off and he just starts fighting. I'm like, bro, Benny is so sick, bro. Without hesitation.
Out hand signs too.
Oh, it's crazy. And like the best part about him, he does not throw hands. He just punches people and they get knocked out in one hit. He just bink, chop somebody's dodge. Binks, they're just knocked out. I'm like, bro, he's so saucy.
Dude, they threw out the smoke ridiculous. and he was like, yo, I can tell that you're trying to kill me. And he's just reading intent. That's crazy. He's just reading people's intent and just messing them up.
And his demeanor is so tight because he's like, as he's reading their intent, he's like, is your only intent to just kill me? Like, y'all got one note? Y'all niggas trash. And he's just knocking niggas out. Like, not even killing them, just knocking them out. I'm like, bro, he's so savage.
He's crazy.
Like, he's my, like, Shinra's a good pro tag, but Benny is my favorite character in this shit. Like, he's so fucking saucy. It's ridiculous.
And I was going to say, like, I always say it's Sharon, but Sharon. I don't know how to pronounce his name still to this day.
Yeah, it goes Chiron. I can't remember.
People call it, like, I hear multiple people like the weeb sphere say his name
Yeah,
differently,
yeah.
and then I listen
Yeah.
to it, and they don't say it that way that other people do. So I just don't know. Like, do I follow the masses?
Bro, I feel like you just say it how you say it. Just like how if you ever read a book and you pronounce a name a certain way and it could be pronounced totally different. Like I know that happened. A lot of people who read Harry Potter, like Hermione's name, they didn't pronounce Hermione from reading it, obviously, because you wouldn't get the pronunciation. So it's kind of the same thing.
Okay. So my boy, he's my favorite character because I like evil people like that, and the way he was like just bodying Shinra. But honestly, Benny just is my favorite character. So I'm with you. Both Sam and me are Team Benny.
Facts, bro.
Even when he was talking to Joker, he's like, "Why'd you follow me?" He goes, "Well, because I know I'm stronger than you. So if you mess up, I'll kill you." But I really want to see what's going down, so I'm gonna just kick it with you. Like, you know how much confidence you have to be like, if you like, I'm not afraid of you one bit, so I'm just gonna kick with you.
Literally,
and if you do something wrong, I'm killing you. Like,
he just doesn't care, bro. And then he was talking to him. He's like, "Yo, what's going on?" And he's like, "Bro, I'll knock you out." And Joker's like dodges the questions, like, "Yo, that's not an empty threat, bro. Like, I'll knock your ass out. Don't play with me, bro. That's not an empty threat." Like, this man's sick.
That's sick,
dude.
That's so
tight.
Fun.
Fucking go.
So tight. And
certified goat also.
Certified goat. And lastly, just regular Eye Shield. Eye Shield just makes me want to train and work out. So
I feel every time I see Shin doing like one-handed pull-ups, I'm like, bro, I gotta go do workout.
Yeah, dude. When Shin's just like doing things, like I'm gonna run home from the game, I go, damn, this dude's run home from a game, and I can barely like go do 10 pull-ups right now. I gotta go do some stuff.
I feel you, bro.
Yeah, I should say I can barely do 10 pull-ups. I mean, like, I don't want to go do 10 pull-ups, but I can do 10 pull-ups. just so y'all don't get it twisted out there. Listen to this, your boy can do infinite
I definitely can't do 10 pull-ups. I'll tell you that right now. I'll put it on record right now. I definitely cannot do 10 pull-ups.
I ain't trying to have nobody fucking tweet at me and tell me that, yo, you're a personal trainer, you can't do 10 pull-ups. Like, ain't deal for that.
That's fucking weak. Yeah, I should lit. I don't know what I'm at right now. I forgot. I'm
on like episode I'm almost back to where they get the boy back, but I don't want to ruin that. Musashi. So
bro, you can't ruin it for me. I've literally seen this shit 3 times.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty deep. So I'm almost done with season 2.
Okay. I'm on episode 48. So the last one I watched was the Yuhi Guts one, where they fight the team Yuhi Guts. That's the one I watched last.
Okay.
It's a good episode.
I'm just finished. Let me just see where I'm at, because I'm pretty sure like I'm deeper than I should be, because I just been binging this.
What do you mean? Then you should be, bro. You should finish this shit.
I've been crushing it, like
nonstop. As you should. I'm just waiting till you get to the Shin Ryuji match. Like when you fight these motherfuckers, that's a really good fucking match. I feel like it should be coming up soon.
I'm at episode 76. So yeah, I just got done with the Bando Spiders face off against the Ojo Knights.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like, and all the shit that happened with the bullet people. I forgot, what are they? The Cowboys or
the fucking Wild Gunman?
Wild Gunman, yeah, that was a crazy
Sabu?
game.
Yeah, the fucking Riku,
yo. Senna.
I told you, bro. I was just like, bro, just wait. I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it getting tight because of how he deals with Riku. I know, but I was like, just wait. I was like, just wait, bro, because he's gonna pop off and it's gonna be tight.
I was getting pissed, yo. But
sure enough, Devil Bat Hurricane, bro.
He got the touchdown. He looked back. He's like, ah. I was like screaming in my room, like,
bro, dead ass, bro. That shit is tight.
I did that thing. I was washing dishes when I saw that, and I just screamed. I was like, because I've been there. Like, I felt that, like,
I know
that moment, you know.
This shit hits because we're both former athletes. We fucking, this shit hits different because we've been in those moments. We're like, it's just like you can picture yourself playing against your best friend, him fucking you up for the whole game, and you winning, and you scoring the winning goal or whatever. Like, you can feel that emotion that you would have. You would just fucking let it out. So it just makes sense.
That's what the difference is with like Eye Shield, is that they do a really good job at like portraying and personifying like the competition.
Yeah, and being an athlete.
and being an athlete, and they're not like over exaggerated. Like, it's honestly, all this stuff is not over exaggerated. Like, their training regimen, like the things that they're doing are very specific. Like, like the strength of the person might be exaggerated, like the dude being able to bench 6,000 pounds, but like but if you scale it, like pretty much everything's a scale. Like, other people can also do that too. So it's like it's scaled like in any sport. So I think this is one of the only animes where I personally can resonate with what's going on. So I am so much more attached to it, you know?
When
I'm watching Naruto, like, I get, like, I've been through some hard shit in my life, but I'm not out here like slicing people's necks with kunai, so I don't know what like that feel is. You know, but when it comes to playing a sport, and like that moment where Senna gets the winning touchdown after 100 matches, and he just lets out that yell, I'm like, I've been in that exact moment where I've been fighting a whole game, I've been playing like trash, but I score the winning, like you said, I score the winning goal, and it's just like,
bro, that shit's fucking funny as shit. That shit's real shit though. That's what Ice Shield's the fucking best, bro.
Ice Shield is, once again, keeps getting better. Please watch.
It's fucking goated. In terms of sports anime, it's fucking up there. Like, honestly, there's very few personally that obviously I haven't seen all the sports anime, but like what I've seen, Ice Shield's top. Like, it doesn't get better than sports anime than fucking Ice Shield.
No, 100%. I've watched a few, and this one's pretty good. If Haikyuu is as good as this, Haikyuu just looks like it has better animation. And then Haikyuu,
I definitely feel that.
Like, if it's the same style, like if it's just as good but just better animation, then it instantly wins.
Yeah.
Why does this do Woody?
Like, fucking tails in front of my camera like a shithead.
That's funny. So yeah, what about you? What's your week recap looking like? Same thing or pretty much?
Yeah, I watched Fire Force you talked about. I watched some Ice Shield, watch Yuki Guts. That's a good episode.
Yep.
I've been fucking reading Soul Leveling. I've been fucking powering through that shit. Like, I'm almost actually finished. I don't know what I said I was on last time we talked, but I'm on like chapter 95 now, and then there's like 121 chapters out currently, and it's ongoing. So I'm pretty much almost caught up. Like, I'll probably be caught up by the end of this weekend.
Good.
It's good, but like I kind of want to slow down because I don't want to finish that shit. I don't want to have to wait a week for a chapter like fucking One Piece, bro.
It sounds good, man. It sounds like it's good enough to just listen to it, you know? I mean, not listen to it, good enough to read it. And like,
I literally can't stop. It's so good that I can't stop, but like at the same time, like I want to stop because I'm going through it too fast. Like, I'm already on chapter 95, and I think it's been like a week and a half. I fucking finished.
That's you, because we've been talking about it a couple times. So
yeah.
So what's your favorite takeaway from it though? Like, what is there anything like that's been popping? Or
it's so good. Protagonist is fucking lit, and that's how you get me. If you have a good protag, that's how you fucking get me. I always say it. So the protagonist is fire. Okay. It's beautifully drawn. It's in full color, and the story is simple, but there's enough variables that it just makes it interesting. Like, the story is you just following him being a hunter, but like there's more variables. Like, I was on the bus last night coming from work, and I was reading a chapter, and I had to fight back tears because I'm gonna give a slight spoiler. So the main reason why the main character, Jinwoo, the reason why he became a hunter is because to pay for his mom's medical bills. So his mom's in the hospital. She has some illness called eternal slumber, where they're in a sleep. Basically, they're in a coma, and they just don't wake up from this sleep. And she's been sleeping for 4 years. So he finally, like, being a hunter for so long, he's gone up from an E rank. He's an S rank hunter now. He's gotten stronger to become an S rank. He goes into a dungeon, and he finds something that can cure her. So he gives to her, and she wakes up. And then just the moment she has it when she wakes, she's like, I've been asleep for 4 years. Like, it must have been hard on you. And he just says, yeah. And then the chapter just ends. I'm about to start crying. I'm like, oh my gosh, bro. It's so good.
That's wild.
It's just so fucking great. Like, I can't.
Jeez, man.
That shit almost broke me. Just in knowing what he's been through, like dying multiple times, and him finally getting this one thing.
Yeah.
To cure his mom who's been asleep for 4 years. And then after she says, like, I'm sorry, it must have been hard on you. And he just says, yeah. Like, fuck, man. That shit breaks me.
That's bananas, man.
That shit breaks me. So it's so good.
I can't wait, man. I might have to start reading.
I hope it gets animated, bro. I need it to get animated, dude.
Well, if you're talking about it like this, and it has to.
I'm praying for it to get animated, bro. Like, I don't know. Hopefully within the next year, maybe. But if like Tower of God and God of High School got animated, they're in the same kind of vein. Yeah. Like, this has to get animated too, bro.
Okay, I hope so, man. Because the way you talk about it, it just like it sounds like something I would love to watch.
I can't remember the last time I was so into a fucking manga, bro. Like, I can't. Like, it has to be when I was reading Food Wars, like when I was reading it weekly or whatever, like 2 years ago. But even like that, like I don't know if I was that excited for Food Wars to read it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. So it's fucking weird.
So hey, it's on record now, so now you can go back and look it over.
Yeah. It's just crazy.
I'm hyped for you. I just like hearing that like you have that perception of the manga side, so you get to like help people out, and it definitely diversifies what people can like get from this. So like if you're listening right now and you like to read it as well, definitely check it out. Sam gives it what did you give it, like a 9 something?
Bro, right now I'm giving it like a 9.5, bro. Like I don't think there's been a bad chapter. Like I'm 95 chapters in. Like I can't think of a chapter where I was dissatisfied with how the chapter ended.
Yeah. So shit.
And it's also different because I'm catching up, and it's different reading like a manga in totality, like rather than reading it week to week, because you don't know what's going to happen, and like your perception of what could happen will taint that chapter. It happens with One Piece all the time, like all the fucking time. Like reading One Piece week to week and having Big Mom get amnesia in the beginning of Wano, like you watching it, like say binging it, you notice that that's not that bad, but like just having a chapter where Big Mom gets amnesia, like the thought process of what terrible things can happen from that are obviously like way more than if you were able to just see how it goes because you're following the story and it's all out.
Yeah.
So that's probably why.
You don't have to take that time to let it like simmer.
Yeah, exactly. You can see what's good with it right now. You don't have to wait a week to think about what could possibly happen and all the terrible things that can go wrong with Big Mom getting amnesia, which is like a crazy trope that like is wild that Oda even did.
Yeah, that's
like one of the most basic tropes ever. But he did it well though. But
yeah, I mean, I just wish it wasn't with Big Mom because she's terrible.
Yeah,
she's terrible.
I feel you.
Oh, so let's just jump into it, man. Let's just get right down to it. I want to save Demon Slayer for last.
All right, let's do it.
Because I just love that joint. But I wanted to bring up, because we brought it up before, this is our 10th episode, man.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy.
10 episodes. That's wild.
This shit's wild, bro.
It
doesn't feel like 10, bro.
It doesn't.
But like we said, we've been talking about this shit like this all the time. So like, I just feel like we just chat.
Yeah, right. It's like, look, we've had like 1,000 episodes not recording.
Exactly.
That's too funny. I really wish if we had some of those recorded, like back. Think of like how much we talked.
I know. Back when like we were watching me, you, and Matt were watching Attack on Titan weekly and talking about it like every week. Like, just imagine that shit.
Our like group chat was popping, just like, yo, you see what Reiner did, bro?
That shit's fucking funny.
That's too crazy. So anyway, big shout out to number 10.
Yes,
and we're gonna do it with a new release of Jujutsu Kaisen. Week of Pilots, man. And I really love that, like, I could do this from a different perspective than I usually do, from like a content creator perspective.
Yeah.
And just like a lover of anime perspective. Like, you get to watch it, like, now I get to watch it more than once and not get bored with it, because there's certain things that like stand out, like, oh, they did this, or like, oh my god, like why'd they put the music right there? Like,
yeah, it's always different when you watch something, like rewatch it compared to like the first time, because now you know the major plot points, so you can like look for like little details now, instead of looking for the main points.
So I have the the fandom information open. Do you want me to read it out?
Yeah, you can read that shit.
All right. So the stories of Jujutsu Kaisen is set in a world where cursed spirits feed on unsuspecting humans, and fragments of legendary and free demon Raymond Sukana have been lost and scattered. Should any curse consume Sukana's body parts, the power they gain could destroy the world as we know it. Fortunately, there exists a mysterious school of Jujutsu shamans who exist to protect precious existence of life and from the supernatural. That's the description. So what we get from the pilot is this is based. It's in Japan, right? Like
I believe so. It seems like it. Well, they don't know if they say, but it seems like it's Japan.
Yeah, and it's about a kid. Well, he's a teenager, Yuji Itadori. I'm so bad with names, but I know I did that right because I listened to it before we tried.
Itadori. Yeah.
Itadori. So it just shows the beginning of it. He starts off the show. It just shows him, with his classmates in a club. It's an occult club, and this is a shonen, by the way. I would not have guessed that.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be more like a seinen, like because it seems dark. But like now, after you see the main character, he does feel shonen-y. So
yeah, so pretty much he's just a very strong individual, and that's like
Crazy.
we
don't know the fuck. We don't know why.
Yeah, we know.
Motherfucker is just buff. Like,
yeah, the track coach challenged him to the thing. He pitched the shot put.
Bro, he broke the world record. I think they said the world record was like 17, and he threw it like 20 meters. Like he smashed it.
It was 30.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
he smashed the world record. Like, bro.
And then they said that in multiple situations. They're like, "Isn't that the kid who ran the 50-meter dash in 3.2 seconds?" And they go, "The world record's 5." And he's like, like. There's all these little hints that like he's doing more than like the average kid.
Yeah. That shit's really crazy, bro.
It was wild.
We don't know why either, dog. You just know this motherfucker is just strong and fast, bro.
And just like he's funny. He just likes to do things.
He's a regular ass nigga.
So homie's holding it down, squatting up. The opening was dope.
I like the song a lot.
Yeah, I liked how they opened.
I like the song a lot. And the visuals are really sick of him on the train or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That gave me a good place. And like I loved how they were doing that. Yeah, giving like the visuals of him on the train, the stuff going on outside the window, the opening music was good. Yeah. But I want to give it, I didn't like it as much as I got High School or Dr. Stone. So I would rate it at like a 6.5.
I feel you. I probably, of my first listen, I'd probably give it like a 7.5. Okay. I did like the song and the visuals, but I'd have to listen to it again because it was the first time I heard it. You know what I mean?
I feel that. That's the problem. I think it's because I listened to it once and I saw it one time, and then the second time I went through and I listened to it again, it just didn't like we talked about this before. I feel your intro for your pilot has to just always make something hype. It just has to have some like dramatic or intense feeling to it. Yeah. And you can't have a mundane, like it would make sense if like with let's say Bleach, how like their next 2 episodes were very like slow and mundane, kind of like they had that girl singing in the back. Yeah. And that was like the lower part, so it kind of gave you a smoother, softer feel. But I feel like you can't, if you're trying to incite hype on your show, you can't make it calming. Yeah, but maybe that's just me personally.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did like that. I liked how they started off with like the ending. Like on some like Pulp Fiction type shit.
Yeah. I feel that shit.
Where he was in chains, and you're like, "Whoa, this guy's in chains." Then they switched and went right to his story, and they like didn't tell you why they were there, and you're like,
"Yeah.
Whoa, so he's gonna like how did he end up there? Why is he in chains? Where's that room?" And like it took me a good like brief 30 seconds to understand that wasn't even a part of the opening.
Yeah,
like, that's something different that's happening.
Yeah, that shit is. I love when fucking shows do that shit, bro. They'll put you in a scenario when you don't know what the fuck's going on, and they just reverse back, and you have to work towards that moment. That shit is so fucking lit. That shit, bro. That form of storytelling is so fire. Like Persona 5 has the same fucking thing. Like the main guy gets captured by the police, in the first 2 minutes, and you don't know why the fuck, and then you play half the game to figure out why he got kidnapped or whatever. It's fucking lit. That storytelling device is so fire. Fuck.
So that was dope. I just like you said, the storytelling and the writing was like solid.
Yeah.
I was like captured by that because like now I had to stay.
Yeah, I feel that.
I had to stay to figure out what's going on with the rest of the stuff. So
yeah, shit was tight.
That was juice. The animation is kind of.
I thought it looked good. I thought it looked
good, but the problem I have, I don't know if it's the way, like the style, where they do like I always say like hyper animation and then subpar animation.
Yeah.
Or like they do like high and low quality animation.
Yeah, like it's not consistent.
It's not consistent throughout. So like prime example in that episode, the first episode when the people were walking in the very beginning, it was just showing like a background of like students walking, right? Yeah. 2 of the students were just like not drawn in.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed that.
I don't think I noticed that.
So it's literally like right off the get not before you meet him, when they're in the clubhouse and they're going to the track to do the race, when they're outside and they just show like the people walking on the ground, like walking in the background, they're just like outlines, and you can't really see like there's not a lot. Yeah, there's like not a lot of pictures and stuff.
That's so funny.
But then you get to like when it's up close,
and like the fight of like when this guy's summoning his wolves and shit, it looks ridiculous. I'm like, damn, it looks clean as fuck.
And if you get the opportunity, I'm gonna number drop a scene. So it's 22 minutes in, and he has a demon finger.
Oh yeah, okay. And when he eats that shit,
yeah. And 21:03, when he throws the finger in the air, the finger itself is animated perfectly.
Yeah, I know for sure.
And the blood that comes out is animated perfectly, but the rest of the fight is like subtly not animated. Like there's certain instances where like he gets thrown in the air and his body is just not animated well. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, what is that about? But then they like do cutscenes where it's like they go to the guy who's trying to get the cursed item, and his face and his blood is animated perfectly.
Yeah.
And then like 2 seconds in, when he moves his face, it's just like a blur. And I'm like, we watch Fire Force, and we're gonna talk about honestly, I'm gonna say one of the go-to Demon Slayer, and when they're moving, it's like pristine throughout. So like it's just like you said, lack of
consistency for sure. Yeah, I feel you. I didn't notice that shit, but now I'm gonna rewatch and see. Next time when I watch episode 2, I'm gonna look out for that shit for sure to see what's cracking with that shit. Because that's not a thing that animes do that all the time. But normally it's not throughout the whole episode. It's normally like one episode will have lower quality. Like Black Clover does this a lot, where Black Clover will have an episode that has lower quality animation because they want to save money for like a fight. So like if you see like they're just walking around, or they have a regular episode, just like lower quality. But when like Yami's fighting Leet or whatever, it looks gorgeous. You know what I mean? They do that the same. So it's not a new thing for animes to do that, but to have it in the episode flip like that is definitely kind of weird.
Yeah, and like we always say, you got to start off strong. So like
facts.
Like I feel like you just need to have like I'm not upset with it because I liked the plot and I liked how they did like how everything was going and like the fight, and I like the main character. It's just like I said, seeing it through a content creator's eyes now. When you look at that and you're like, why is that inconsistent? Like you didn't did you need it? Like you said, did you need to do it like Black Clover because you're saving up for a fight? Like, is episode 2 going to be off the chain? Like, is that what you did?
Yeah, it's possible.
So, I was a little curious on that.
Yeah, I feel you.
Also, another big thing was it was just an ending. They just ended it. Like, like that was it. There was no like.
I kind of like that though.
Next time, it didn't lead me into the thing.
Yeah, I kind of like that because next time they be giving with too much shit, bro.
They do.
Like, I like that they just ended the shit, play the ending song, and then we see what's cracking next episode.
Yeah,
I like that shit because They be giving away so much shit.
They do. They be snitching. Yo, but I wrote in my notes that Crunchyroll be on some shit though, because if you're a premium member, you get Jujutsu Kaisen on October 2nd. So me and Sam got to see this early.
I didn't even know. I thought it just came out. I was like, oh, it's out lit.
Yeah, people get it for the free version. Comes out October 9th.
Damn.
So if we drop this tonight, some people might not even get to see Jujutsu Kaisen.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn, I did not know that. That's wild. I just thought it was fucking out. I was like, oh shit, it's lit.
It's lit. So yeah, how are your feels on like the overall situation?
I definitely enjoyed it a lot. Like I'm definitely interested in the store and like what the fuck is going on. So that's where they always get me. Whenever there's questions and shit like that, that's how they get me also. So I'll say the main character seems cool. I definitely want to see more with him because he just seems like a regular ass dude and he just wants to do whatever he just wants to hang out with his friends. He just seems like mad regular.
Yeah.
So like I want to see like if he stays that way or because of what happened in the episode, if he changes now. So I'm interested in that. He just seems cool. There was some really good scenes this episode. Like I wrote down the scene with the grandpa passing was a really fucking good scene. Like I didn't expect that kind of scene from this shit at all.
Yeah,
but it was really, really good.
Yeah.
When he's telling him like go to your club and he's like, why is he telling him that all the time? And then you figure out like he's telling him to go to the club because he wants him to have people in his life because he didn't have nobody. And then you realize like Itadori was the only one who was visiting him in the hospital, all this shit, bro. And then his last speech before he passes, like you're a strong kid, like help your friends, like even if it's just a couple, like help them out, like don't be like me. And then when he passes, it's just like, fuck, man.
Yeah,
I didn't expect to get hit with that so early, but that was a really, really good scene. And made me like it a lot.
The way they handled the death seemed pretty like legitimate. How people would feel in that situation. Too.
Yeah, and like they do, I agree with that because when he's at the secretary like signing the certificate of death or whatever, she's like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "I mean, I guess like I have never dealt in this before, but like my grandpa would be tight if I mourned for so long, so I'll be fine." And like that's kind of like how people would deal with that the first time someone like that passed. You know what I mean? So they handled that beautifully. I really enjoyed that shit a lot. That was probably my favorite scene, like more than like the fight scene and him with like the other guy. More than all that shit, I think the grandpa scene was my favorite scene in the whole episode. It was fucking beautiful.
I knew you would probably like something like that because you like that heartwarming shit.
Facts. I'm a fucking softie, bro. I'm a Cancer. What can I say? I'm a Cancer.
I'm a Sagittarius, so I'm pretty sure I'm cold or something, right? Like,
I'll have to ask Michelle. Shout out to my best friend Michelle. She's good with that shit. She be always giving me the lowdown.
Yo, right now, message Michelle and be like, yo, I need your
I'll tell her
horoscope information.
Yeah, she'll give you all the shit, but I promise you that.
I get like
all the shit.
Next thing I know, I open up my email. There's like a 20-page email, like a PDF file. It's like, all right, Deion, this is what you should eat on Tuesday.
I would not be surprised. When the moon is at 300 degrees right here, you should be eating rice, not cooked.
Not cooked rice. As the earth is expanding, so should the rice. Like,
wow, that shit's weak.
That's amazing. Yes, that's good shit, man.
This shit was really good.
What did you give it?
I'd give it like a 7.5, 8 right now. I need to see what's more because I'm definitely intrigued with what all this curse shit is about. Like, so I'm definitely intrigued of what the hell is going to happen. So I definitely want to watch more.
I gave it a 7 because, like I said, after watching it for the second time and the animation, and I wasn't like a super fan of the song, so it just like the fight scenes were good, but it was short lived. It wasn't like extended, and I'm kind of used to like a little bit more extension on fights. But I think it was good though. Like I didn't think like I've seen worse. I've seen a lot worse.
Yeah, for sure.
And this kept me intrigued, so I definitely would like to see, like you said, the curse stuff and him as a protagonist. It made me like want to know what happens in the next episode at least before I give it my hammer. You know?
I definitely feel you.
That's what I got. So the captains have spoken, and we say Jujutsu Kaisen. Intro
First
song.
episode.
We're gonna give it a 7.
7, yeah, I give it a 7.
Okay. I'll give it a 7. We gave animation. Sam, are you unsure? Because you gotta go back.
I'm undecided. Like, I thought it looked good, but like now I have to go see the other shit. So I'm undecided for now.
On the fence. So I gave it a 7.5, and the plot is like an 8.5.
Yeah, I give a plot like 8.5 because I'm definitely intrigued. The thing I'm intrigued the most about is like what the fuck's gonna happen with the plot.
Yeah,
more than anything else.
So overall, we'll give it 7. We agree on 7.5.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, agree. Captains have spoken.
Yeah, right.
So on to the next one. Now, this is the joint that I've been like really ODing on, bro. Like, honestly,
Deion's been trying to get me to watch this joint for so long, and I've been petty, but I got over it now.
Thank baby Jeebus, man. Thank young Jesus. Like, yo, I totally forgot how sick the animation was for Demon Slayer. Did you see the opening snow scene when he's walking in the snow?
Fucking gorgeous! Like I couldn't believe I was watching. I was like, "What the fuck is?" It's
oh my god!
And I knew it was gorgeous, but like seeing it gorgeous in a fight scene is different because most fight scenes are animated beautifully. Seeing my man just walking, and it looks that good, I'm like, bro, what the fuck,
dude?
That shit's crazy.
It always looks so good. Even the like the characters, when like I said, this is why I think I was so biased with Demon Slayer, because even like Tanjiro, his fit, everything about him is animated beautifully.
His design is really good.
Like at every given point of the show, it's not like they took time off to like his hair is colored perfectly. His earrings always move when he walks. Like just like subtleties like that.
Crazy.
God, it's just that good.
It's beautiful. That's the first thing you have to say about this shit. It's fucking beautiful. Like, it's crazy that people were hand drawing this shit, bro.
I'm surprised.
It's insane. Like, somebody hand drew that shit.
So I'm just gonna say right now, Sam. Like, I didn't want to tell Sam because he's like, yo, I'm so mad that people are like, it's goated. It's like top 3, and I'm like, and I was like, no, but once you watch it, you can understand why someone would say that, because it is goated. Like, it's probably the most goated first season I've ever watched ever.
Yeah, I feel you.
And I will give it that. Like, I watched 5 episodes last night just because I was like in that shit. I'm like, oh. I was sitting there thinking of the fights because I've watched them already. I'm like, oh my god, that fight was so sick. I'm just gonna skip to it. And then I was like, wait a minute, but I really like the how he trained for it, so I'm gonna watch that. And I watched it, and I'm like, fuck, I'm just gonna watch the whole episode. And then I just was watching full ass episodes, bro. Bro, full ass episodes.
Yeah, I could say based on the pilot, I can see why people are so gung-ho over this shit. Like, I obviously, and even before I watched it, I knew why people were so gung-ho over this shit.
Yeah. I
was just being a dickhead and being like, y'all niggas are ridiculous with making these claims, bro. So I was being a dick.
I mean, it's just like, I was being...
Yeah, I can own up to that shit.
But let me find the fandom page for it so I can give the listeners who might not have watched this the breakdown. I love how it's like heavy spoilers too, so read at your own risk. All right, so let me see story. So in Japan, Tanjiro is a kind-hearted boy who makes a living selling charcoal. However, his peaceful life is shattered when a demon slaughters his entire family. So, I mean, I probably shouldn't say that, but like, we're spoiling. So pretty much this is about, I mean, you're gonna figure that shit out anyway. So that's all I gotta say, is that this is a story about demons and demon slayers. And what you find out is Tanjiro gets hit with this instantly and a demon kills his family. I won't go any real deep into that, but you'll learn this in the pilot. So they hit you hard and fast.
It's crazy, bro.
And
they set it up. They do like, it's great that they do this, but it also makes it so much harder when it happens is that the scene with him and his family is so good. When he's setting off in the morning to go to town, and all his siblings are trying to go with him, and he's like, "I'll come back. I'll read to you." The mom, like, the scene is so good.
Yeah.
And you can perfectly tell like how tight knit this family it really is. And then when tragedy strikes, it's just that much more painful. Like, it hurts so bad when he fucking gets there, bro. It's brutal.
It's the sadness, bro.
That shit is brutal, bro. And I knew when they set that scene up, I know. I watched so much anime that I know. I'm like, this family's gonna die, bro. They're all dead.
They're doomed,
like,
bro.
They're all dead. Like, there's no way you give this beautiful scene like this, and they all somehow come out unscathed. Maybe all of them don't die. I was right because all of them don't die, but someone's gonna get attacked, and sure enough, they got attacked, bro. And it's heartbreaking. Heartbreaking.
It is. It is killer on the soul, man. God. It's just wild. Like, it's just like the feel, like they set it up. It's so well written. It's like the way they lead you into that.
It's really well written.
And what was that thing that we were talking about before? That you said you enjoy. Oh, you're not even there yet. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't want to even.
Don't spoil it.
All right, I'm not gonna spoil.
Spoiler?
I'm not gonna spoil.
Okay.
So remember how you were talking about how you enjoyed when people have dialogue to themselves? Like, it gives you insight what they're thinking of in that moment, but they're not saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that like consistently.
I love
like
that.
Multiple, like at episode 2.
I think he might have had. He does have one, and it's really good. When they talk about happiness is always at the end of happiness, it's always the smell of blood. That monologue he has when he's walking down the mountain, it's so good. And I thought of that. I was like, bro, it reminds me of that shit from Bleach, and it's so good. Because like, I've watched so much One Piece where that shit doesn't happen. Like, motherfuckers think shit and they just say it because they don't care. But like, just hearing somebody's inner monologue is, I fucking love it. It's so good.
And they, like, the way Tanjiro is as a character, he's so goated. Like, he's just he's subtle goated from the start. Like, like, bro. He literally, they're like, yo, you can can you smell this pot? And he smells the pot and he goes, that was a cat. And you're like, why is this boy like OD? And the woman like accepts his answer, so you know he's done this before,
right?
And been right.
Yeah.
So you're like, wait a minute. Like, she just was like, cool. And that boy, whoever that person was getting smacked up by her.
Oh, yeah.
Came out bleeding, bloody nose. So like, she insta stopped when Tanjiro was like, yeah, he's telling the truth. And you're like, wait a minute. And then this dude rolls up and it's like, hey, I have all this luggage, and it's stacked higher than him. He's like, can you give me a hand? And you're like, so like, they throw subtleties. You're like, whoa, is he like that strong that he can carry all that luggage? And like, you're asking him, does he help everybody? Like, you know, they built his character.
What I got from that,
solid way, bro.
He's just a helpful ass motherfucker. Like, he goes to town and whatever niggas need, he just helps out. Like, the guy said, like, he fixed his sliding door a week ago. So like, he's just a handy ass. Like, he just helps niggas out, which it fits his character because they show that even before that with his family, like, he's doing everything for them. He's going to town. He's like, she don't even want to go into town because there's snow. He's like, I'm gonna go anyway. You gotta get food. Yeah, I'm gonna go. He's like, I'm gonna cut wood with you later. We're gonna chop wood together. I'll read you a book later tonight. Like, he's doing everything for them, and his character is the same way with everyone else. Not just his family. He just helps niggas out, which I fucking love it.
Yo, so Sam being the sentimental one in this group, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna be sad as fuck.
Don't say that.
Yeah, it's not like sad, but like, it's sad. It's I'm sorry, it's sad.
No,
it's big
no
sad,
bro. Like, I'd be crying. I was almost crying at Solo Leveling yesterday because the scene with his mom. So I cry manga and anime all the time, bro.
That's good, but this is big sad. Like, this is
so I'm gonna be
I'm waiting for you to call me and be like, yo, D, I'm big sad right now. I'll be like, yo, I'm here for you, Sam. But so episode 1, and then he comes back, sees the fam, freaks out, and then they show his fighting prowess against the swordsman.
Bro, that was the scene. That was the scene that really got me. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. That was the scene that I was in it, but I was like, yeah, this is pretty good right now. But the fight, the not even the fight, the clash that they have is, and not even the whole thing, just the ending. When this man runs at him with the hatchet or whatever, the guy knocks him out, and the hatchet comes flying, and he explains what happens. I'm like, oh no, Tanjiro's saucy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he's saucy like that. I'm like, all right, I can see why everyone's fucking with Tanjiro now. I'm like, I like his ass. Like, fuck, dude, that shit was sick. Dude, that shit was tight. When he threw that shit and then hid the no hatchet behind his body, I'm like, no. Niggas big brain too? I'm like, come on.
Yo, Tanjiro's all types of perfect.
Bro.
Like
perfect, I know you know me pretty well. You said I was gonna like Tanjiro, and I already feel like I'm gonna fucking love it. He's gonna be the only thing I really like about the show. Not the only thing, but he's gonna be the main thing I like about the fucking show. Is just seeing how he deals with shit. Like he's too sick right now.
I will confidently say this right now, Sam, because you being the person you are, you're gonna like every character. Every single character that you meet, you will like you will 100%, because they develop each character in depth over a short period of time.
Yeah.
So you will get instant gratification.
Yeah.
And you'll connect with them. And I know that's like the type of style you get into.
Yeah.
Sure, you'll even get I'm telling you, you're gonna get invested with like the side characters, bro.
Really?
That's how it is.
I do think the Slayer that he met in this episode, he was cool. Like I don't say I like him that much, but his design is cool and the way he acts is cool. So we'll see. The jacket he has is fucking tight.
Dope ski, right?
That cover he has, that shit is awesome. I'm like, I need myself one of those.
That drip was crazy, right?
Oh,
he had the sword with the demon slayer there.
I'm like, bro, that shit is tight.
But he coached them. He coached them instantly.
Yeah.
That's gonna be big, yo. You're gonna feel like
he knew what was cracking, bro. Once he saw how they both acted and how Tanjiro really came for his neck, saucy neck, he's like, oh, this man could be nice with it. I'm gonna teach him some shit.
Yeah. And Nezuko, man,
that shit was crazy. Yeah.
Bro.
Because when she saved his ass, like I knew it was gonna happen. But then seeing it and seeing the other guy, I don't know his name, the other guy's like expression of being so surprised.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's fucking tight.
I think his name is Giyu. It's Giyu.
I think they say it once because he says when he tells Tanjiro to go see the guy in the mountain or whatever.
Yeah, and he says tell
him I sent you, whatever. So I know he said his name, but I didn't catch it.
The thing is Giyu.
Giyu?
Yeah, Giyu.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Yo, ooh, man, all these characters are bomb. I'm looking at the characters list right now, and I'm just like, oh my god, these characters, every single one of these characters.
Designs all look cool. The only one I feel like design is not. Just from seeing him, the guy in yellow, I'm not a big fan of his design. The yellow guy, I don't know his name. The guy with the yellow, he's like a blonde hair, I think. He has like a yellow jacket. Yeah. Sam. I'm not that big of a fan of his design, but I don't know anything about him though. I just based off of his look. Just based off his look, I'm not that. I'm like,
Once you see what boy does, you're gonna be like, gonna be like, yo, rock your yellow kimono, playboy. You're gonna be like, you do you, playboy.
That's just fucking weak. Yeah, so based off that shit, everyone looks cool, bro. The guy with the boar head with the kind of serrated blade, he looks mad cool. So I've seen some shit.
He's honestly probably the most diverse character in the series.
Word.
For my opinion, just because like you'll see what I mean, because and it's weird for him. Yeah. And I want you to get to that episode before I even talk about it. Yeah. But like you'll, because it happens quick. Like episode 2, like there's a lot happens in episode 2, and a lot happens in episode 3, and episode 4 is the pretty much the kickoff to the series.
Okay, gotcha.
So once you watch episode 2, like it's about him training. Like that's
I figured that's what it was going to be.
But there's no gap in like there's no like filler episode. So it's just him training.
Yeah.
So like when you get to those episodes, you get to understand, like, it goes through how each person does it. And that's why I think once you get to it's Inosuke, the boarhead guy, you'll see what I'm talking about and why I think he has the ability to be one of the strongest characters, but like his background and why he's the way he is makes his character much more diverse than each other person.
Right.
And I want to say why, but like I can't because like then it just jacks up the whole joint. Like
I feel you. I'm definitely watching this shit though, so don't spoil that shit because I'm definitely gonna see what's cracking with this shit. Because this shit's pilot was fucking good.
The intro music,
song is good, bro. Folk song, the ending song is really good too. I was like, what? Normally I skip ending song, but I had to listen to a minute of it. I'm like, damn, this shit actually hit,
bro.
This actually hit. I'm like, fuck.
Honestly, man, this might be. I might get this.
I can definitely see why. Like I said, people were so over the hill for this shit, bro.
For an episode for a season 1,
I can see why.
This was a perfect 10 for me. Honestly, I don't hand those. I'm not gonna hand those out to anything other than Demon Slayer.
I feel you.
It was a perfect 10. Like the plot, I'm like sitting there thinking, "Wow, this is great." The intro music, I'm like, "This is amazing." The animation, crisp to the hairline. Boy got his lineup crispy. Like
the animation is just like ridiculous.
Yeah, fight scene is great. They had a dope ass fight scene in an instant. First off, come on, 10, straight up 10. Go. Like 10. If season 2's buns, bro, I'm fighting. like, I'm not joking, bro.
This shit's crazy.
What was your favorite part of episode 1?
I really like the scene with him and the family, but I also like the scene with when he does the thing with the hatchet. Like when he finally starts fighting after the guy bars him up, like the guy barred him up crazy. He's like, you know why she got captured, right? You turn your back to me, you did all this shit. Like, you're not shit, boy. And then after he started popping off, like that's when I was like, okay. That's why I'm like, throwing the rocks and shit, those hatchet, hiding. I'm like, oh, okay. That was probably my favorite scene because that shit was tight.
Yeah, my favorite scene was when he was walking in the snow, breathing heavy. And I'm like, this snow looks like if I was there. I love the camera angle. I'm like, this is amazing. This is the best snow I've ever seen in my life, and I live in Buffalo. Like
bro, that shit is too fucking funny.
That was bomb central, man. And Nezuko, I think I like her scene when she goes to protect them.
Yeah, that's a good scene too.
Because then now it's not, and that's why I give this a 10. Because it's not like, even from episode 1, you're like, this is not just another. Blank versus blank. This is not another demon versus this. Now you have a dual charactership, and and one's a demon and one's a demon slayer, and like they're both teamed up. And that's what they said. They're like, demons can't team up. Like that's what they're like. We kill demons. In the first episode, and it's like, well, now it's different. So like now you wonder how that's gonna transpire. And
I didn't even really think about that shit. Yeah, like how just her being how she is and like not killing humans instantly, how that just instantly changes the whole dynamic of everything they've known so far. Yeah. I didn't even think about that shit, but it changes literally everything.
See, that's that content creator situation, man. Because that's what happened. Like at first, you're just like, oh, that's cool. Like it's brother and sister, like they protect each other. But then you're like, wait a minute, like
not even just brother and sister. They're demons like above that shit.
Yeah, and like the whole season, the whole plot was like, he goes, we kill demons. Like, that's what we do. Yeah. And like, there's one demon now that's not touchable. Like, like what? Now, how's that work? Like,
shit's crazy. I didn't even really think about that shit. Yeah. That shit literally changes everything.
Yeah. So like, they want you to cheer against the demons, but like, now you're like, well, I want Nezuko to be good. Like, I want her to be.
Now, like putting Nezuko as a demon you want to root for just makes you be selective with all demons now. So now you can't blanket statement all demons are shitty, because we know for a fact that there's possibility that they can have personalities that don't cause them to be shitty.
They instantly, episode 1 took that away from you.
Yeah. That shit's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Craziness. 10. Goated.
Tight.
Animation 10.
Shit's tight.
Music 10.
Yeah, and not even just the opening track. Like all the OST tracks, like over the scenes, are all so good. Like everything, the music is really fucking good.
It's just wild. This is crazy. That's why I was so like, I was just like trying, like, out of all the stuff I have ever told you, I'm sure we've heard it in the past. I'm like, Sam, I know you're salty, bro, but please, just please, everything in my being, please just turn it on. Like, turn it on and watch it. You'll be so happy.
Yeah, it was definitely good. Watching it today, I was definitely enjoying that shit.
I'm happy. If you get the opportunity, man, please get to episode 3, because episode 3
I can get to 3 before next week. We record again for sure.
Because episode 3, man, is gonna make you feel like a whole different type of person. And then that's really gonna solidify your next like 20, like the rest of the season. It's one of those situations where like we say your pilot has to hold it down, and then to me, your first 2 episodes after your pilot have to generate a connection. You have to generate a feeling of interest and an emotional tie. I always say, like, I have to be invested in your character.
Yeah, 1,000% for sure.
And once you get to episode 3, you're I'm telling you, you're so invested on a level that's deeper than, like, I haven't been this invested since, like I said, One Piece, when he meets Zoro.
Word.
You know what I mean? Like, at that point, actually, I should even say, like, this episode 3, because One Piece is dumb long. Episode 3 is like Arlong Park and Nami. When
oh shit,
it's
was
like
she stabbing herself or something?
Yeah, and then you're like, yo, like I'm in it with you now. Like this shit.
I fully understand. I fully understand what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah, because like the One Piece thing in Arlong Park, that's when you finally get the gist of like how the story will be constructed and how it's like going to be written.
Yeah.
So like you see like all the pieces that went into this, and you see a full story of, oh, this is how things will be from now on. Like he hits his stride, kind of. So like episode 3 is when he hits his stride for the. Okay, got you. I fully feel you.
Yeah, and it's just like you said, like with Luffy, like that's when you really like knew what he was about. Like you knew he was like super friendly and he just wanted to have friends. But then you're like, no, he wants to protect good.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, I'm down the ride with you. I'm down to join you, Luffy. Like I'm riding with you.
Once you said like Arlong Park, the light bulb went on my head. I'm like, I know exactly what you mean. Exactly. That's what I tell everybody. I'm like, if you watch One Piece and you finish Arlong Park and you don't like it, just drop the show because you won't like it.
Yeah,
but that's never happened ever. No one's ever made to Arlong Park and say this shit's trash. Everyone's like, oh, I'm stuck. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
So, coin in that, yo.
That should never happen.
Yeah, I agree. When I got to Arlong Park, I was like, okay, yeah, we're here. Hello, one.
Nami stabbing herself. Luffy giving her the hat. Them walking to Arlong Park with the music. Him going in, punching Arlong in the face, bro. It's too good. And then him taking down the room where she spent, bro. Stop. It's too good.
Yeah.
Stop.
Please go watch it. If you haven't figured this out by now, y'all. Ay, Dios mío, man. Arlong Park, man.
If this shit is on the level of like One Piece, not in terms of like lore, but in terms of like how the story is like told and like just not even like just how it's told, like I'm definitely in there.
Yeah, it is. It's almost like you'll be like having flashbacks. That's how close it is.
That's crazy.
So, I can't. You guys know 10 banger. Load it up, watch it tonight. If like
The pilot, I'll definitely say the pilot is like a 9.8. Like I don't know, I don't think I can give it a 10 because I haven't seen everything. But like the pilot was fucking phenomenal. Like everything from it, from the OST to the opening to the ending track to the fucking animation to the fight to the plot to the characters, literally everything. So honestly, I give it like a 9.8. Right. It's fucking good.
This is the only one.
I know I was being a dick and not watching it, but this shit's fucking good.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree with Sam for the first time ever on our show. I'm 10 in it. Just getting the dime piece.
I fucking feel you.
So that's oh, and I'm just gonna give a quick, brief synopsis of God of High School. Like, I don't even want to like talk about this shit because it pissed me off. Episode 1, off the Richter, bro, had great potential. Camera angles and fight scenes, juicy. Then it sucked. Then it really, then it went from like a 9 to a solid 6.5. Like,
dang, maybe I'll watch the pilot tonight. Maybe that's what I'll watch.
yeah,
or I might watch. Who knows?
You'll get it if you watch the pilot tonight, and then you watch episode 2 immediately after.
Yeah.
You'll be like, what the fuck happened?
So I'll probably save that for tomorrow and watch both of them in a clip.
Yeah, you'll be like literally like it's a roller coaster for you. You'll be like, oh, this is so insane. Remember how high I was on it when I was like, yo, I watched the first episode?
Yeah.
Then like the next day I was like, yo, Sam, don't fucking watch this. Like
Bro, the 180 Deion had was so fast.
Yeah.
It was the quickest 180 ever. Like, yo, this shit is lit. He's like, never mind, this shit is garbage. Like, bro, what the fuck happened? It was only been a day.
A lot of changes in a day, man.
Facts. You're not wrong about that.
Oh. So yeah, you got anything else you want to add on the joint?
That's it. That sounds fucking good. Read One Piece, read Soul Leveling, watch Demon Slayer, and yeah,
watch One Piece.
Definitely want One Piece. Watch it and read it. Do both.
Yeah, do everything. Yo, so big shout out to the team. You know how we hold it down. So if you guys look for any merchandise, if you guys trying to get that Dosyonkos t-shirts, hoodies, tank tops, go to www.activegamerfitness.com/shop. You can get all of your stuff there. Follow us on all our social media, Dosyonkos. Check your boys out. If you have questions, if you have any questions, feelings, you want to share how you feel about the animation that you be watching, the manga that you be reading, please tag us, #Dosyonkos. And also, I don't know, there's always an also, but I don't know what the also is. Right?
Man, premature also, bro.
Oh, also, if you want to hit us up for any sponsorships, business inquiries, get a hold of us at dosyonkos@gmail.com. Super simple, super easy. Show us love.
You
already know. And what you don't know, now you know.
Next time on the Dosyonkos podcast, we will be discussing Attack on Titan.